Perfect.
Good evening. Okay, y'all. Let me see if this is moving. It's moving. Okay, good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey, Winter. Hey, Sharice. Hey, Kurt Vixen. Thank you for joining me again. I actually put a poll up about should I make this a members only live or a members only chat, and I didn't do either one of them, right? So much for polls. But anywho, thank you for joining me. I did let you guys know that this afternoon that I wanted to take a deep dive into the Jones versus Sean Combs. This is actually the court filings, right? So I saw some people, I've seen a lot of make mentions, I've seen a lot of different thumbnails, but people tend to gloss over to the most interesting parts, which makes sense. That makes sense, right? But here on See More Lane, the lane where we see more and we see everything. I want to take a closer look because I don't know how I missed it. But how in the world did they include uh what's his name? Cuba Gooden Jr.? Why he was named? Why I hear that Prince Harry name was named? What is going on? Cuba Gooden Jr. He wasn't named as a participant and stuff. He was named actually as a one of the parties being sued. So let's look at that real quick. First, I hope you guys had a good day, and I hope y'all gonna have a good evening. I'm going to attempt to go live streaming after this live from my fish channel again with the live aquarium. Let's keep our fingers crossed that I won't have any technical difficulties today. I just tested it out and it seemed to be working fine, but you know how that goes. So first, let's take a look at Cuba Gooden Jr. and what the hell does he have to do with anything, all right? So this article comes from People that is absolutely a reliable source, right? Cuba Gooden Jr. accused of sexually assaulting producer Lil Rod on Sean Diddy's Comb Yacht lawsuit. Dang, somebody asked the other day when it was breaking news and they were raiding the homes. Somebody asked, what about the yacht? Well, apparently the yacht is a part of the whole fuckery. Okay? Oh man, I closed down. I almost got too excited or something. Shh, I must have got excited. Let's see. One moment. No, I want the one by People magazine. That's the one I want. Boom. All right, so I got it again. You did ask that, Sharice. Well, there you go. You guys actually were saying some excellent stuff the other night that came up as points of topic and conversation on some of the serious news vlogs. So, hey, I already know I have a very astute audience. Okay, this is an audience of thinkers. We are cultivating a thinking audience. I have no problem with that. So let's make sure you can see it. No, you can't. Boom. And like boom. All right. So Cuba. Oh Lord, I hope I don't be mispronouncing his name 1,000 times. Cuba Gooding Jr. accused of sexually assaulting producer Lil Rod. on Sean Diddy Combs' yacht lawsuit. The record producer accused Sean Diddy Combs of grooming him to pass him off to his friends. Child. And baby, don't they have like just the perfect picture? Hey, Buddha Bell, they have the most mischievous looking picture of Cuba Gooding Jones. Oh Lord Jesus. Oh my God. We gonna say CGJ. They got one of the most mischievous looking pictures, okay? That picture right there of CGJ looked like he didn't stole some cookies out the cookie jar. He looked like he trying to take somebody cookies, allegedly. Okay? Cooper Gooden Jr. is being accused of sexual assault by Rodney Little Rod Jones Jr. Everybody a junior, huh? They ain't making their daddies too proud. Who filed a lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs in February. Jones, who previously worked as a producer for Combs, who was 54, alleged in a civil complaint in New York federal court last month that Combs sexually harassed, drugged, and threatened him for over a year. While I know that's right. While Gooding 56 was mentioned in the original filing, a version of the lawsuit amended Monday now lists him as a defendant. Dang, he didn't move this way up the goddamn case. This is one time when you do not want to be upwardly mobile, okay? It would have served Cooper Gooden Jr. better to just be somebody speculated um, for hanky panky down in the document. He didn't work his way just that quick up the ranks, and now he right up there with Sean Puffy Combs as a co-defendant. Okay, let's see. Okay, Jones, who previously worked as a producer. Oh no, let me see right here. In the complaint, Jones claims that the Oscar-winning winner began touching, groping, and fondling his legs, his upper inner thighs near his groin, the small of his back near his buttocks, and his shoulders while on a yacht in the U.S. Virgin Islands rented by Combs in January 2023. Jones believes Combs was grooming him to pass him off to his friends when he introduced Jones to Gooding and allegedly suggested that Cuba get to know Mr. Jones better. According to the complaint, Jones was extremely uncomfortable and rejected his advances, but Gooding allegedly did not stop until Mr. Jones forcibly pushed him away. An attorney for Gooden did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. But damn, if he pushed the mouth of him, wasn't it just gonna be just an advance? How you gonna sue somebody for making an advance on you? I guess that's why we gotta keep reading. Hey, kind to me, because if that's the case that you can sue somebody for making unwanted advances to you, I need to be suing about 100 million people. Fine as I am. I think I took a nap and woke up silly. Okay. Combs' adult son, Justin, his chief of staff, Christina Quorum, and Universal Music Group CEO, Sir Lucian Grange. Oh, they need to look into that Sir Lucian guy. Now, that sounds real funny business right there. Sir Lucian Grange was also named as defendants. Oh, okay, they got him. In the updated lawsuit. In February, when the lawsuit was originally filed, Combs' lawyer, Sean Holly, said in a statement, Lil Rod is nothing more than a liar who filed a $30 million lawsuit shamelessly looking for an undeserved payday. Didn't they say the same thing about Cassie? His reckless name dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines. It sure worked. We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies, Holly added at the time. Our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones' attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, have been ignored, as Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls. We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them. Okay? Let me finish this real quickly. We're going to get to this court filing. This week, two of Combs' properties were raided by federal agents Monday. which a Homeland Security investigations rep told People was part of an ongoing investigation. Gooding has faced other separate, oh, he got a bad record. Gooding has faced other separate sexual assault allegations in the past. In April 2022, the actor pleaded guilty to one count of forcibly touching a woman at the New York City rooftop bar back in 2018. And in June 23, Gooding settled another lawsuit in 2020 in which he was accused of raping a woman twice in 2013. Well, I'm okay. I'm gonna just go ahead. Okay, I think I'm gonna make a bad joke. Hmm. Oh well, I wouldn't be the Lit all day if I didn't just keep it REAL. How in the hell he gonna be got doggone guilty of taking it for the women, but the god doggone man, he ain't taking from him. He didn't try them hard how he had tactics with that god doggone Lil Rod. He didn't force Lil Rod to do a goddamn thing. He tried the god doggone, hey Jaya, all he did was flirt with Lil Rod and put his hand in the middle of his back, try to touch his booty. But the women, he'll just go ahead and get forcible and things. Ain't that about a blip? Now I'm not trying to make light of a situation, but I'm calling it like the hell it is. This is the perfect example of a weak and lackluster man when they say, yeah, you'll try that with a woman, but you won't try it with a man. Oh, yeah, Cuba Gooden Jr., apparently he'll try it, but he ain't going to take it too god doggone far. Ain't that about a blippity blip, a blip, blip, blip? Now, I didn't know that. Y'all probably know because y'all stay on top of things, but I'll be a little late to the party. Let me look at one more thing here. I wants to know who is Lil Rod because I don't know who this man is. Hold on, let me pull it up here so I can have a better understanding of who exactly is causing all this ruckus. Let me see. Lil Rod. Let's take a peep see. Lil Rod like somebody else. Some other singer, huh? Let's see. And so on his Instagram, his name is Hitman Lil Rod. He a producer, artist, CEO at Escape, award winner. So really, before this lawsuit, he might have been somebody, but he didn't have no constant write-ups about him. So let me look at his little Wikipedia or whatever it's called. What song he got? He had a song in 2022 called Been Broke. He had a song same time, Pop Champagne. I ain't never heard none of them songs. Let me see. Dollars, Keep It Clean, Where My Dog's At. Tweedly Do, Finer Things. I don't know none of these songs. Hmm. Let me see what y'all saying. Oh, with T-Pain? Okay, so somebody say, I said hey to Con to me. I said hey to Jaya. Mm-hmm. He a producer, singer, musician. Yeah, that son type that son that wait. Yeah, that rooftop situation was a little iffy. I knew of him before the lawsuit. His song with T-Pain, Surgical. Which one? I want to know what you meant about the that rooftop situation was a little iffy. What you mean by that? Because he actually was found. He actually pleaded guilty to it. So what you mean a little iffy? You mean a little iffy how? And I don't know no damn surgical song. Let me look it up. Good evening, Tea Lounge. Let me look it up. Uh, I never heard that song. Let's look it up. I'm going to listen to it real quiet with on mute. It's a bop. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Let me push mute. Hold on. Child, I looked up surgical ride. Earlier today, y'all, I was doing the trial, which that trial is so interesting, okay? But anywho, during that trial watch, one of the assailants is called, his name is Marquise Welch. Why I was calling that man Marquise Wally. Okay. And then when I went to Google something about the man, why I pulled up Wally from YouTube picture. I was like, what? Oh no, wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait. I was like, I was like, oh shit. So anyway, let me hold on. Surgical. Little ride. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me push mute. Oh, why I thought it was that song hotter than a hot dog stand, hotter than a hot dog stand. Child. Hello, Anna. Oop, hey CEO. Yeah, I got some sound bites, girl. So when they be acting crazy, when it seems like nobody want to answer me in the chat, I'm gonna say, wait a minute.
Oh, that's not it. Oh, Lord. I didn't did the voiceover thing. Let me see. Who got their hand in my goddamn pocket?
Hold on.
Hello?
Oh, okay, here it go. I'm gonna play that when I ask y'all a question. Y'all take too long to answer. I'm gonna say, anybody out there? Is anybody out there? Okay. Boom. Okay. So anywho, y'all, I'm a little silly. Here go. The, the song. I want you. Child, I don't know that man. I do not know that man. Hey, room shaker. Papa, who that man? Okay. So, anywho, this is the little rod who brought in the this last uh lawsuit against Diddy on top of the one that was settled by Cassidy, right? So let's look into, and it's very, very long, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna look through it and for our own self and take a deep dive into the actual court filings, right? Now I know it's kind of boring, but you know this is more of a crime channel over here right now. Well, not right now. Now, so that's what we into. Let's see. Share this tab and said. Oh wait. This is Cassandra Ventura versus P Diddy. I meant to pull the one up with Rod Jones. Okay, one moment. I promise you, I downloaded sound bites earlier. I got the sound bites on my I've been having them on the stream yard, but it seemed like they don't work just as, I don't know why I couldn't get off into. Let me see if I still got some. No, I took them out. I had like stupid stuff like splashing water, like don't ask me why I had this kind. And of course, y'all know I had my little lane car, from the YouTube studio library. Hmm. So let me try to put up the right case. So I heard that since the time that then passed, you know what I'm saying, they were saying about how they was, remember when we was listening to it that first day when it was breaking news, and they were saying how they trying to be careful about destroying the house. Man, they tore that house the hell up, just like anybody else house. Period. Okay, here go 1 to 35 court cases. Okay, this might be it right here. I had it downloaded on my damn phone. Let's see. Okay, this one right here, little rod. Boom. There we go. We got it. And let me drop this link in case anybody sees something that they might want to say. Oh, slow down, Demetra. Let me drop the link in the comments. Boom. Okay, so let's get it on. Uh-oh, that might not be the right words to say, seeing what we looking at. I need to stop making jokes. This is very serious. I'm gonna make it bigger. Oh, I can't close this down right here. How you close? Okay, there we go. Let's make it a little bit bigger for y'all. Okay, so as you can tell, it's me against the world, Rodney against the world, right? So it's Sean Combs, Justin the Sun, Ethiopia, whoever that is, Lucian, okay, Christina, not Lucian off of Empire, Christina Coram, Challenge Recording Studios, Love Records, Motown Records, Universal Music Group, Global Enterprises, John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10, ABC Corporations 1 through 10. Oh, so the Jane, I was finna say, how in the hell you gonna sue Jane Doe's? But they saying John and Jane Doe's, meaning that they not gonna give their name. Okay, I thought they was okay. Anywho, trigger warning. This document contains highly graphic information of a sexual nature, including sexual assault. Additionally, there are graphic images of the aftermath of a shooting, redacted images of sexual intercourse, redacted images of minors, sex workers, and prostitutes. Details of sex trafficking and the illegal distribution of guns and drugs. Okay. So that's all the stuff that's different verses. Now, since they filed this originally on February 26th, oh, this one don't show all the adjustments that was made. Okay. But just to make it certain, Sean Combs is a rapper and record executive popularly known by his stage names Puff Daddy, Puffin, P. Diddy, Brother Love, or Love. Mr. Combs came to fame in early 1990s with his record label Bad Boy Records. He rose to prominence in the music and entertainment industry over the decades and is regularly referred to as a hip-hop mogul. Mr. Combs resides at 200 South Mapleton Drive, Beverly Hills, California, 9024 zip code. Girl, why they got this picture? Can y'all see this? Look at this horrible picture they put of the man. Why they put this busted up picture of P. Diddy in this legal papers? I'm pretty sure that P. Diddy is somewhere looking just like this right now. All grayed out, all woolly bully, okay, because his nerves is bad. Did y'all see him pacing around outside the airport? Y'all, he got nothing but problems. Defendant Justin Dior Combs is the son of Mr. Combs and Misa Hilton. Jay Combs was born on December 30, 1993. Jay Combs is a producer and actor. He has appeared on TV series like Catfish, the TV show Wild and Out, and Hip Hop Squares. Defendant Justin Dior Combs resides at 1550 North El Centro, Los Angeles, California. Boom. Picture of Justin. They got pictures of everybody. Defendant Lucian Grange is the CEO of Defendant Universal Music Group. Defendant Lucian Charles Ray Grange, they got his address. So he is a CEO of one of the sued music groups. So here he go. He looked like a Lucian. Okay, now here go Ethiopia. Ethiopia is the former CEO of Defendant Motown Records, the parent company of the Defendant Love Records. Now, why would she be getting sued and she the former CEO? I wonder how former is it. So, anywho, defendant Christina Coram is the chief of staff to Sean Diddy Combs. And there she goes. She's smiling. I bet she ain't smiling big like that no more. Now, let's see. So, there go the company, Shelley's, Universal Music Group, Love Records. Rodney Lil Jones Jr. is from the Windy City, Chi-Town. Why are they using nicknames and stuff like this in this formal? This is actually the formal docket. That It's so weird. Okay, so anywho, Lil Rod Jones is from Windy City, Chi-Town. He was born and raised in Chicago. Mr. Jones is the second oldest son and fourth child out of 9 siblings. Mr. Jones come from a long line of gospel music influences. Okay. Mr. Jones started playing instruments at the age 5. He began playing drums in church. At 13, he picked up a guitar. From 13 to present, Mr. Jones has taught himself to play over 13 instruments. Okay. And then go a picture of Mr. Jones in the church band. Look like this the church band. Okay. And they saying right here, I think what they try to tell him is that he loves the Lord. Okay. Moving right along. Mr. Jones considered a musical prodigy. Okay. Throughout the duration of his career, talk about his career. On or about August 2022, Jones received a call from Mr. Combs requesting that he produce several songs on a rhythm and blues album titled The Love Album Off the Grid. Mr. Jones agreed, and his life has been detrimentally impacted ever since then. Ever since that summer, August 2022. From August, September 22nd through November 2023, Mr. Jones produced 9 songs on Mr. Combs' Love album. Mr. Jones lived with Mr. Combs for months at a time, spending holidays, birthdays, and missing majority family events. Damn, I wonder, was he getting paid overtime? Hey, Miss Dobie, why he got to do all that? Why is it so serious? So, anywho, Mr. Jones resided at Mr. Combs' residence located in Los Angeles, California, New York City, and Miami, Florida. Mr. Jones also spent several weeks on a yacht rented by Mr. Combs in the U.S. Virgin Islands. So I guess they got music places, studios, and recording studios, or anywhere in all these places. And I guess as a producer of so many songs on the record, I guess the reasoning behind having the man live with him is so anytime the creative bug hit him, the producer can be right there. Now that makes sense, but anywho, throughout his time with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones witnessed, experienced, and endured many things that went far beyond his role as producer on the Love album. The claims raised in this complaint has been corroborated through witness statements, video, audio recordings, and images that Mr. Jones has had in his possession. Mr. Combs required Mr. Jones to record him constantly. I just said that. On several occasions, Mr. Combs took Mr. Jones' cell phone and began recording himself. What? As a result, Mr. Jones has secured hundreds, okay? Hundreds, not to be mistaken for 10 or 20, okay? 100 of them, hundreds. Uh-oh. How do I do a highlight? Let's see. Why is not doing a highlight? Let me try this. Okay, hundreds of footage, audio records of Mr. Combs, his staff, and his guests engaging in serious illegal activity. Mr. Jones has secured irrefutable, I like the word, irrefutable evidence of the acquisition, use, and distribution of ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms. Ooh-wee. Let me highlight all that shit. Oh my God. Why? I'm talking about the hard drugs, the date rape drug, ketamine, that make you go out your mind. Mushrooms make you have a hallucinating trip. Wow. The displaying and distribution of unregistered illegal firearms. Mr. Combs providing laced alcoholic beverages to minors and sex workers at his homes in California, New York, the Virgin Islands, and Florida. Mr. Combs, Chief of Staff, Mr. Combs, Chief of Staff, Christina Coram, or KK, instructing her staff to retrieve drugs so she can provide it to Mr. Combs for his consumption. That's just like the part that, hey, sister, hey, poetry, hey, sister, again, so let me see what y'all saying. Why was his grown butt living with another grown man? Exactly. Sister say fire. That's me. To meet you lit. Poetry 2000 say Rodney had a whole wife and children living with another grown man, suspect. And guess what? You got to think about it. They said this stuff started in 2022. By that time, all the jig had been up, all type of lawsuits had been out, and as y'all can tell, he had no problem collecting all this proof, evidence. Okay, who knows? And it don't make him wrong, but maybe he went looking for him a case to have against this man, and he was willing to do whatever it took to secure the bag. Okay, might have been a case of Cassidy got doggone jumping the gun and beating him to the punch. But I digress. Okay, I'll be making a lot of assumptions, but hey. All right, Christian Combs, that's one of them sons, drugging and sexually assaulting a woman. Mr. Combs detailing how he planned to leverage his friendship with Bishop T.D. Jakes to soften the impact of his public image of Cassie Ventura's lawsuit. Wait a minute. Wait. So that means what they trying to say right here is that this man, Mr. Jones, Lil Rod, actually had conversations and dealings with P. Diddy in the last year since he got the lawsuit from Cassidy. Ain't there something? Hey, Renee, good evening. Ain't there something? Let me stop scratching all through stuff. Young Miami. Oh, wait. Okay, the next charge. Young Miami's cousin and or assistant sexually assaulting Mr. Jones, Lil Rod. Actor Cuba Gooden Jr. sexually harassing and assaulting Mr. Jones. Rapper. This is the first one they trying to hide. Okay, what make it whereas some people get to get their names redacted? Rapper, redacted. On Mr. Combs' yacht, consorting with underage girls, sex workers, and the next charge, R&B singer, redacted. Don't say his name. In Mr. Combs' Los Angeles home, consorting with underage girls and sex workers. Boy, oh boy. Now, that's all what happened over at, that's the stuff that was a summary of events. Okay, so here go the Chalice Recording Studios shooting. On or about September 12, 2022, Mr. Combs held a writers and producers camp at Chalice Recording Studio at 845 Highland Avenue, Los Angeles. Okay. Present at this camp was Mr. Combs, his son Justin, and Justin's friend named G. Mr. G is a 30-year-old tall African American man. Why in the hell do they say he tall? Does that matter? Hey, Lehor. Okay, now y'all see I'm not making this up. It says right there on number 31. Mr. G is a 30-year-old tall African American man. Okay. In addition to these individuals, other musicians were present at the camp. He good for holding camps. This writer has spoken to several musicians who attended the camp. One evening during the camp, Mr. Jones, Combs, and not Mr. Jones, Mr. Combs, Justin Combs, and G were in a heated conversation. That conversation was moved out of the studio and into a restroom adjacent to where Mr. Jones was sitting. Mr. Jones was approximately 2 feet away from the bathroom when gunshots rang out. Mr. Jones recalls hearing multiple gunshots. Okay, let me read these footnotes. This writer spoke with several employees of the yacht rented. Oh, okay. When they say this writer, they talk about who wrote the thing. Okay, this writer spoke with several employees of the yacht rented by Mr. Combs in the Virgin Islands. Personally witnessed the Fender Cron instructor staff, Brendan Paul, Frank Sinella, and Moy Bond spiked bottles of champagne with ecstasy. God dang. Can you imagine sitting there having a good time on the yacht, and you take a couple of sips of Dom Perignon, and all of a sudden you getting bucky naked? That'd be more than what you signed up for, right? That is a violation of people's choice. Did I say hey, Lehor? Hey, Lamar. Good evening, everybody. Thank y'all for joining me. We're going to deep dive into the actual filed court document of Little Rod Jones against P. Diddy. Now look right here. It say a complaint is forthcoming. That's footnote 2. Where that go to? Oh, right here. So the woman who they said Kristen Combs drugging and sexually assaulting the woman, the attorney is saying, hey, in that case, finna come forward. Okay. So the third footnote is right here when they say the rapper on Mr. Combs' yacht consorted with underage girls, sex workers. It say he is a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Why don't they just go ahead and say the name? Okay. Hey, Saint City. No, because okay, hold on. He is a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Yeah, that would be McNeil. And then the fourth one, okay, let me see what a footnote go to that one. Okay, but it say the fourth footnote goes to R&B singer in Mr. Combs' Los Angeles home consorting with underage girls and sex workers. So that go footnote 4. He is a award winning R&B singer who had trouble with law enforcement after assaulting a Bajan billionaire. What does Bajan mean? What that mean? Hold on, let me look it up. Let me see. So why they playing clues and why is he giving so many clues? Why the footnotes? Is the footnotes intended to induce um intimidation, coercion, or something? Why do y'all think he and that's a question for you guys. Why do y'all think they put these footnotes? Oh, wait a minute, wait. Oh, that must be an look, Rihanna it must be a buzz. Oh, Bajans are also known as Barbadians. Child, he's talking about Rihanna. He got jokes. Okay, let's continue. All right, Mr. Jones immediately went into a state of shock and feared that he would be shot next. Mr. Jones genuinely believed that he would be shot through the door due to how close he was. After the shooting ended, a crowd gathered around the restroom. When the door finally opened, Mr. Combs and Jay Combs, Justin, exited. G was lying on the restroom floor in a fetal position, holding his stomach and bleeding out of his leg/hip area. Everyone stood around looking upon G. Frustrated by the lack of aid to G, Mr. Jones dropped everything, ran to G, and immediately began placing pressure on G's gunshot wound to his stomach. Wait a minute. Wait. I thought they just said he was bleeding. Oh, they say holding his stomach too. Holding his stomach and bleeding out of his leg. Okay. After he was applying pressure on his stomach, Mr. Jones realized that G was gushing blood from another area near his leg/hip. He decided to lift G and place him to sit on the toilet. Mr. Jones asked the crowd to call an ambulance. Mr. Jones lifted G and brought him to the ambulance at the studio's front. At this time, Mr. Combs and Justin disappeared to another part of the studio. Mr. Combs gave strict instructions to inform the police that he had nothing to do with the shooting. He also forced Mr. Jones to lie to the police by telling them that G was shot standing outside the studio by a drive-by assailant. Child. Bajan is Bahamas, I think. Yep, you was correct. Rihanna is the Bajan billionaire. You was correct. Who almost 50? Dang, he almost 50. Bless his traumatized heart. Oh, Lil Ryder's 48 years old. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Lord, did he doing entirely too much? I know, right? He watched too many 5 Heartbeats. I believe everything he want to be read. I believe everything that man said about Super Freak. Did you watch Ride Out yesterday with Tour? I don't know none of them people. Oh, but you're not talking to me. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Now, if the ambulance thing came and Mr. Jones, now I'm not taking up for P. Diddy, but I like to use my brain and I'll be thinking about what I read, right? So if G was the only one that go help, right? Not G. Mr. Jones was the only one who go help G. It's very suspicious to me how he the only one who wanted to go make himself the hero. And mind you, he the one telling of the story, right? So he the only one gonna go help the man. He pick up G, the victim, the gunshot wound victim. He giving orders to call the ambulance. Why was the studio full of people who sitting there just looking at the man, waiting for Puffy? Pete Diddy to say something or get his word, why would they just all of a sudden take orders from Mr. Jones? That seems strange to me. If he the one who lifted, if Sean Petty, whatever his name is, P Diddy and his son immediately went to another part of the studio, how could they in turn call Earth intimidate Mr. Jones into lying about what happened? And how come the police didn't do further investigation in order to see that ain't no gun shooting happened in front of the studio? I got questions. Okay, I got a lot of questions about that part. Let's continue. Okay, after that part about the gunshot, here go another piece of evidence is gonna be this whole thing right here is a news article from the CCal News right here. It say at least one person was shot at a party at a Hollywood recording studio, police said Monday. Officers were called to the 800 block of North Highland Avenue at Willoughby to check into reports of a shooting at about 3 a.m., according to LAPD. At the location, they found the man had been shot after stepping outside the studio. Boom, they did lie. The man in his 30s was taken to a hospital in stable condition. He was reportedly shot in the abdomen. Sky 2 was over the scene early Monday, spotted several people standing outside the location being questioned by police. No information was released about the suspect, and it is not known if the shooting was gang related. The man in his 30s was taken to a hospital in stable condition. He was reportedly shot in the abdomen. Oh, they did that again. They repeated it. Okay, so boom. Now we just saw the news reporting article. Okay, that's what they came with proof about the shooting at the studio. They got their proof, their evidence lined up. Next part, number 45. Mr. Jones has several corroborating witnesses who spoke with this writer anonymously due to the fear of retaliation from Mr. Combs. They have agreed to speak publicly when subpoenaed. Oh, that's good. Let me read that again. Mr. Jones has several corroborating witnesses who spoke with this writer, the writer is the attorney, anonymously due to fear of retaliation by Mr. Combs. They have agreed to speak publicly when subpoenaed. Ooh. Let me ask y'all a question real quick, okay? All right. Well, I think, never mind. I think I answered my own question in my mind, but I'm going to go ahead and ask y'all out loud, okay? I was going to say, since this was a civil suit, this is going to be a real crazy question. If this was a civil suit, would the state be able to pick it up and make it charges? But duh, Demetra, of course the state can pick it up. The state obviously picked it up, right? I'm glad I didn't ask that question out loud. Nihar laughed at me. She said Toure was what? Toure was on Joy Reid. Okay, I know Joy Reid show on MSNBC yesterday, and he said that. He said he asked Freak to hook his relative with an internship, and he did. Relative quit internship. Okay, who the hell is Toretto? Was he a singer or something? You shoot me, I'm telling. What if they paid you What if they paid you $3 million, Renee? If you got a gunshot to your leg, you live to see it, and they say, "Hey, I'm gonna pay all your medical bills. I'm gonna take care of everything and give you $3 million." Just don't say what happened. Would you tell then? Nehar says relative quit internship because Freak said the male intern had to sleep with him to keep the internship. That's how they say that P. Diddy. I was watching the thing yesterday. That's how they were saying that P. Diddy got the internship with Andre Harrell. And then that's how Andre Harrell got the internship, the job with Clive Davis. Okay. 46. Mr. Jones has the clothing he wore that day and believes it may still have the stains and DNA of G's blood. Who in the heck would hold on to some bloody clothes? Toure is a hip hop journalist. Oh, okay, thank you. I guess I need to go look for him since I'm gonna do some entertainment stuff. And Renee said, I'll take the money, then tell, oh, you're gonna pull a Cassidy. Got you. Not me. I would hop along Cassidy with 3 million in shoot. But guess what? Cassidy is still gonna tell. Her attorney came out to say they more than willing to work with attorneys. And remember, y'all, we talked about the possibility on Monday when this was breaking news. We talked about the fact that if she was subpoenaed, if somebody was subpoenaed, that we felt like that would supersede NDR. So we gotta keep looking. That's why we gonna know everything. Oh, look at this. Child, look. Mr. Jones has the, oh, wait a minute, 46. Mr. Jones has the clothing. I read that. He wore that day and believes it may still have the stains and DNA of Mr. G's blood. That's giving me Monica Lewinsky. I'm not going to lie, and I'm not trying to be funny. Who in the hell will keep some bloody clothes? He kept the bloody clothes probably in a plastic bag, trying to keep it. He was setting this up, not setting up the man to do wrong deeds, but he knew that P. Diddy and them did wrong deeds, and he knew he was gonna make a payday out of it, one way or other, whether it be extortion, blackmail, or legally. The following are screenshots of the aftermath of the bathroom where G was shot by either Mr. Combs or J. Combs. Child, they got a shower up in there. What is that? I guess they have a shower up in there. And look at all this trash in this trash can. Look at that toilet. Why they got some handicap rails up in there? Who handicapped? Why was this man pants off? Y'all see these pants off right here? Hold on. Oh. What's going on with them pants being off? Who took who pants off? Is that the problem? Is that the reason why they got into an altercation? Because P. Diddy and his son went up in there and told him to take his pants off and shit. Why is the man pants off? Girl, But they got pictures. Clearly, G was not shot outside of the studio as Mr. Combs instructed his team to report to law enforcement. Clearly. Mr. Combs and defendants LR, MR, UMG, and CRS provided private security, that's the companies, for the writers' camp at defendant CRS. That's why. So right there, they're making the case the shooting. So now we know why they're bringing up the shooting. They bringing up the shooting because of the fact that these different parent companies, that's how they bringing them into the lawsuit. Okay, got it. As a result of this shooting, Mr. Jones is severely traumatized. Mr. Jones now suffers from PTSD, severe anxiety, depression, and insomnia. Okay, I'll be suffering away from all that too. Wait a minute, what y'all talking about booty hole? Hold on. I see. No, ma'am, not no booty hole. EMTs probably took it off. Wait a minute. They okay. The EMTs couldn't have took it off. Now that make perfectly sense that they would cut it off of him. But you got to remember, poetry. According to this legal document, they carried the man outside of the building and said he was shot on the sidewalk. So the pants would be outside on the sidewalk. But no, that was in the bathroom. Boom. Okay. Now, one moment. One moment. Thank y'all for joining me. Please hit the like. We're going to deep dive into this the actual filing lawsuit that was filed on February 26th by Lil Rod Jones against P. Diddy. Mr. Jones, this is a whole nother part that they trying to prove right here. This is another allegation. Mr. Jones was sexually harassed and assaulted by Mr. Combs. Number 53. Throughout his time living with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones was the victim of constant, unsolicited, and unauthorized groping and touching of his anus by Mr. Combs. That is so strange because when they, okay, let me say this. Is it safe to assume that when they said touching of his anus, by using the word anus, that means underneath the clothes and maybe like literally, and I'm not trying to be funny, I'm serious. At that moment in time, don't you think that when they say anus, they mean literally his booty hole? Because why wouldn't they say buttocks? Why wouldn't they say behind? Why wouldn't they say gluteus maximus? I'm thinking that when they say touching up his anus, that they specifically mean his gluteus maximus hole. Went to say, yeah. And Renee say Diddy need to pack his bags and get ready to move in with R. Kelly. Did you see that meme when they say R. Kelly when he see P. Diddy come to prison? That shit was funny. Let's see. That this investigation went into effect as a criminal case after Cassie's lawsuit. And this guy lawsuit had added another layer. There were rumors immediately following the settlement of the criminal case. You sure right. And Renee say, yes, ma'am, the booty hole. And this 48-year-old man stayed there. I'm just not going. Well, hey, we got to go ahead. Let's just say this. I think it's very fair to say that Mr. Jones was okay with it, with a lot of different stuff, and at this point in time, he an opportunist. He saw an opportunity to jump in with a lawsuit. He saw an opportunity to try to get this $30 million just like Cassidy did. He saw the opportunity to make his bag. He already knew. Who didn't know in 2022, which is when he hooked up with P. Diddy, but everybody already knew about the freaking parties. It's fair to say that anytime after 2000 and what, 4, 5, 6, even before then, everybody know what time it was with P. Diddy. So anybody who went was absolutely saying they was down with OPP. Okay, Lady Steph say, I knew when Cassidy or Cassie, whatever her name is the one that money. Wait. I knew when Cassidy, whatever her name is the one that money against him. The floodgates were going to open. Okay. When she won that money against him, the floodgates was going to open and everybody was going to come out. Same as with Bill Cosby. You sure right. And Renee say, why did he wait to say something? Because he probably was saving everything in Renee in order to not coerce. What's the word? To bribe him, extort him. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that hey, I'm gonna keep all this proof and shit like that because we already know he a bad actor. I don't mind him playing with my anus a little bit, but if he do something that I don't like, I'm gonna drop the bag on him, and that's what I think happened. Allegedly, and Renee say if Cassie hadn't said anything, would he have said anything? He might have been prepared to say something, given the time. He might have would have prepared to try to extort P. Diddy, right? I think it might be a case of Cassidy jumped the damn gun on him. Or maybe, now you got to remember, it was allegations. Wait a minute, no. Let me not go too far. It wasn't Lil Rod who they say P. Diddy blew up his car, huh? That was somebody else. All right, and somebody say, I think that was Lamar. I'm not looking in the chat right now. Said, and he stayed. Yeah, because look what this said. Keyword. Throughout his time. That means over that long period of time he was staying, this stuff happened over and over again. Throughout means several times. After the first time, he could have left. He was down with OPP at the time, allegedly. Throughout, okay, so number 54. These events took place in LA, New York, Florida, and the United States Virgin Islands. This man, I'm not trying to slut shame this man. Hey, Ronnie Q. Hey, say, Ronnie Q. I'm not trying to shame this man, and no means no, whether it's a female or a male. But even if this was a female, my eye would be going up in questioning, my eyebrow, because guess what? You mean to tell me this man hopscotched across the country and to the United States Virgin Islands the whole time having his anus groped and felt on unwillingly? He was definitely after something. But it don't make it okay because Sean Combs shouldn't have been one doing that stuff. Number 55. In addition to the unsolicited and unauthorized touching, Mr. Jones was forced by Mr. Combs to work in Mr. Combs' bathroom as Mr. Combs walked around naked and showered in the clear glass enclosure. Wait a minute now. That's too doggone much. So the person whose car got blown up was Kid Cudi. Okay, thank you. I just know I just know Farnsworth got some stories to tell. Right. And at this point in time, all he would have to do is get subpoenaed. Lil Rod better go into witness protection after this. Shit, after this, Lil Rod gonna be a millionaire. Everybody gonna want to be his friend. Ronnie Q say, I'm sure he's trying to move where wait a minute, wait a minute. At Emrene, I'm sure he's trying to move where Russell Simmons ran to. Okay, I got you. Saint City say cause Cuddy and Cassie was supposed to be hooking up, and Diddy told her he would blow Cuddy's car up, and he did. But Diddy knew that Cassie's allegations was true. That's why he paid her so quickly. But come to find out, and I found this out this morning on the lead attorney. I watched the lead attorney, which I barely watch him. I'm gonna start watching him. When I watched the lead attorney, it come to find out over the term of 6 months, Cassidy attorney kept making settlement offers to P. Diddy for Cassidy. And he kept refusing to settle. And then when they actually filed the paperwork in the court, that's when the infamous settlement happened. Ronnie Q say, child, that complaint reads like a best-selling novel. Okay, footnotes and all. I'm sure that he is. But to be honest, men are and can also be victims of staying in abusive situations or less likely to tell ever. Very true because of the shame and all that. But you see, too, that he was absolutely. That's why I say I do not want to victim shame, right? But quite honestly, I feel very safe. I feel very comfortable with saying I would be asking these same questions and I would still be skeptical of a woman who was doing these type of things. How many times somebody got to violate you? And especially when you go in as a position to be working, why in the hell was this grown man working in the bathroom? It say, in addition to the unsolicited and unauthorized touching, Mr. Jones was forced by Mr. Combs to work in Mr. Combs' bathroom as Mr. Combs walked around naked and showered in the clear glass enclosure. Are you kidding me? So what was he doing in the shower? Just sitting there waiting, just in case P. Diddy sit up in the shower and sing a song or hum or singing in the shower. He supposed to get inspiration. Was he working up in there as the tower boy? What exactly was his job supposed to be in that bathroom? And when this is where I think you have to say how much self-pride you gonna have about yourself, and what all are you willing to do for the love of money? Are you willing to do anything? Are you willing to be I can't think of the word. But anywho, are you willing to just do anything and everything with the promise of a payday? Are you the kind of person, as long as they paying you, they can talk to you any kind of way, treat you any kind of way, make you do any kind of thing, as long as they pay you? T. Loud say, maybe force means life threatened. Well, yeah, yeah. Okay, Ronnie Q say the black woman, Ethiopia, has signed an agreement to talk. The black woman who worked for Motown. Oh, yeah, they got her picture right here. Uh-oh. I don't know what page we on. 12, okay. Oh, we seen Miss Ethiopia. Miss Ethiopia Young. She say wait a minute here now. I'm not finna be a part of, oh, there you go. Child, my mouse working too good. There she go right here. Rodney Q. And she, let me stop. She look a little bit like a transmission, okay? How we know Ethiopia a real woman? She looking a little mannish by the nose. But anywho, let's continue. She looks suspect. Okay, page 12. Let me see. 12. Boom. Number 50, after the bathroom working. As a heterosexual Christian man, Mr. Jones was uncomfortable with Mr. Combs' advances and expressed his discomfort to Mr. Combs' chief of staff, Christina Coram, KK. That's what that white lady underneath the black lady. KK responded to Mr. Jones' complaint with, Sean will be Sean. KK also attempted to downplay Mr. Combs' groping of Mr. Jones' anus and genitals as friendly horseplay, stating that those acts were Mr. Combs' way of showing that he liked you. Now, at what point, I guess I'm just hardcore, but I'm gonna stop explaining, apologizing for me just asking the questions my mind normally asks. How many times, how much convincing, and how much sticking and staying that he was gonna sit there and put up with stuff that was unacceptable to him? You mean to tell me that he didn't told the man to leave him alone, the man keep messing him? Now he going to tell on the man. The people who he gonna tell on the man with pretty much telling him to chin up and just go ahead and get with the program. When did all them opportunities? When was he gonna say enough is enough? I'm gonna go ahead and sue you. I'm not gonna continue this project. Screw you, that shower, and the whole album. Okay. Now, KK also attempted, I said that. Despite these assurances on several occasions when Mr. Combs began to undress and walk around his house naked, KK would say, okay, I'm leaving now, and she would disappear. Well, ain't that something? KK's hypocrisy is breathtaking at best or enabling at worst. Wow. That's deep. This attorney was not playing no games drafting this petition to the courts. Cause so basically they said KK telling him it's just a regular thing. He don't mean no harm. But when P Diddy would get butt naked when she was there, she'll catch ghosts real fast. Mr. Jones believes that KK aided and abetted. That's one of my favorite terms. Aided and abetted Mr. Combs' sexual assault of him and was working with Mr. Combs to groom him into accepting a homosexual relationship. Okay, so they making KK the what's that woman name? Gayleen. So anywho, through these sexually deviant acts, one would say Mr. Combs has a pattern and practice of engaging in such nefarious activity. That's one of my favorite words. This ongoing conduct shows that Mr. Combs cannot be rehabilitated. Dang. Hey, living. So at this moment in time, they are literally giving this man a diagnosis of being a sexual deviant. Okay. Winter said, unfortunately, Diddy's corny ass for some reason invokes fear in them folk. However, they say he real violent. Remember, he been attached to a lot of shootings that he been already speculated for years to having something to do with a couple of deaths. So, hey, that might be why, Winter, he invokes fear. Like he not the one to cross. However, I do believe greed and thirst for fame makes people do anything, any and everything. Absolutely, I agree. Heard they was going to reopen Kim's death. Wow. And let's not forget, because we talked about it Monday night at the time when it was breaking news about the raids. We also talked about the fact that P. Diddy had name that came up as far as this recent arrest for the shooter allegedly of Tupac Shakur. All right, let's get busy. That's a cold piece right here. Okay, I read it already. Mr. Combs attempted to groom Mr. Jones into engaging in gay sex. 63. Mr. Combs was aware that Mr. Jones looked up to at 46 years old. He's 48 now. He talking about how Mr. Jones looked up to and idolized music producer Steve Aaron Jordan. Oh, Stevie J. Uh-oh. Let me read that again. Mr. Combs was aware that Mr. Jones, Lil Ride, looked up to and idolized music producer Stephen Aaron Jordan, Stevie J. Stevie J is an American DJ, record producer, and television personality. Stevie J was part of the Bad Boys record production team, The Hitmen. In 1997, Stevie J won a Grammy Award for his work on Puff Daddy's debut album. Throughout the late 1990s, Stevie J produced for several artists, including Mariah Carey, Tevin Campbell, the Notorious B.I.G., 112, Jodeci, Faith Evans, Jay-Z, and Eve. Big names. Stevie J was one of the producers on the Love album. Okay, so the Love album was the one where Lil Ryder came in to work in 2022. P. Diddy used access to Stevie J and his knowledge of Mr. Jones' admiration of Stevie J to groom and entice Mr. Jones to engage in homosexuality. Mr. Combs went so far as to share a video of Stevie J anally penetrating a Caucasian male without a condom. Child, this was done to ease Mr. Jones' anxiety concerning homosexuality. According to Mr. Combs, this is a normal practice in the music industry. Look, even Stevie J is doing it. Baby, Miss Steph 219, good evening. That's exactly what I said. My. He sure went in there wrong. Child, Mr. Combs informed, okay, hold on. Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in sexual intercourse with rapper, footnote 5, R&B singer Redacted, and Stevie J. Let's go ahead and look down here real quick to number 5 and 6 footnote, child. 5 is allegedly McMill, because it says a Philadelphia rapper. 6 is he performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. So that's allegedly, we would assume, Usher. Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in sexual intercourse with rapper allegedly Meek Mill, R&B singer allegedly Usher, and Stevie J. Boy, what happened to Kiss and Tell? Mr. Combs promised to make sure that Mr. Jones wins Producer of the Year at the Grammys if he engaged in homosexuality. The following are screenshots of the video of Stevie J anally penetrating a Caucasian male that Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones. Child, this is not funny, but wait. Oh my God. I am not seeing in. I cannot. This is not no real news thing. I'm just simply giving my YouTube commentary under the freedom of speech. You mean to tell me that Stevie J allegedly in this picture, and he do look like a little rat with his head up towards the ceiling, right? You mean to tell me not only was he penetrating this white man, hey Tony, not only was he penetrating this white man in his anal cavity, but he was doing it laying there face to face with said Caucasian? You mean to tell me that he's sitting there laying there face to face, probably kissing and tugging and hugging this white man, and they doing it face to face? He is anally penetrating this man on the side. Oh my God, add insult to injury. Are you kidding me? They was making love. Child. Girl, they got more pictures. Woo. Hold on. I ain't know, I wasn't ready for all this. I'm gonna have to start perusing shit before I get to just doing content. Um, okay, okay. I'm gonna need to go ahead and give this disclaimer. Warning: some of the viewers may find the following pictures and readings in this court case kind of freaky deaky, and if you ain't ready for it, I'm sorry I caught you off guard, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you it's time for you to leave right now. Okay? Nehor say, is that a look of ecstasy or pain? Shoot, it can't be no pain involved, because guess what? You got to remember, this is anal sex. How can he be having anal sex with this man and it's painful for him, and he's so comfortable, he's doing it from the side? Do you know how much he got to work around to be doing it anally with this man from the side? He got to go all around the package, the balls, and everything to be doing it on the side. I don't mean to be graphic. And we know for a fact that the man is turned towards him because they're going to nipple. My God, today. Shut up, Kwani. My God, today. Ooh, baby. Look at him. Right there, he kissing all on the white man nipple. Oh, look at them hugging all close to the white man. Oh, Lord, it only can be assumed they didn't took out the whole picture right here. I'm pretty sure that was the gluteus maximum being showed behind the picture. This is absolutely crazy. Okay, I'm gonna need for y'all to remember that I'm going into shock. If anybody want to contribute to the Demetra is getting shocked, appalled, and sickened, you can feel free to do that at Demetra Lit All Day on Cash App or PayPal. Demetra Lit All Day on PayPal. Okay? Or Super Chat or Super Sticker. Because I'm going to need a whole lot of comforting after we finish reading this document. Oh, Lord. Okay, let's continue. Okay, I'm a little thrown off. I told y'all I'm going in shock. Not on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving 2022, Mr. Jones is sexually assaulted by young Miami's cousin. Child. On Thanksgiving Day, not on Thanksgiving. Mr. Jones was in Mr. Combs' house located in Miami, Florida. Young Miami and her female cousins was also present. Mr. Combs was intoxicated and offered cocaine to Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones rejected him and proceeded to walk to the restroom. While using the restroom, young Miami's cousin burst into the bathroom and began groping Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs sent her in there, so as a female, to sexually assault Mr. Jones. As she entered the bathroom, she dropped to her knees and began performing oral sex on Mr. Jones' exposed penis. Mr. Jones pushed her away and exited the restroom. But young Miami's cousin did not accept Mr. Jones' rejection, and she proceeded to follow Mr. Jones out the bathroom. She started undressing and attempted to straddle him and have sex with him in the presence of Mr. Combs and his staff. Woo. Once Mr. Jones pushed her off, the following are images from a video of young Miami, her cousin, Mr. Jones, and Mr. Combs. Now the first picture right here, baby, he got pictures and living color and everything. First picture, this is Mr. Jones. Okay, this is Mr. Jones. He look like, yeah, his little pudgy ass, and he look like a cross-eyed child. Mr. Jones and Mr. Combs on Thanksgiving Day, right before Mr. Combs invites Mr. Jones into the restroom and attempted to force him to take cocaine. Why would you go in the bathroom with the man? See, that's what I'm talking about. You know, he was down with the down, and he had nefarious plans I truly believe that he had it planned all along to get what he can get in cash, to god doggone take pictures and gather evidence, and that I truly believe it is my belief at this point in time that Mr. Jones knew what he was getting into, and guess what? He was going to get the money right there, make the production of the songs, get that money, and then I do believe, and I'm alleging today, that he planned on doubling back and suing him for $30 million. And you got to remember that Mr. Jones has the same attorney as Cassidy. I think everybody was in on the job. That does not make P. Diddy innocent. No, not at all. So the second picture, that is in fact young Miami. Boom. This young Miami little pudgy cousin, okay? Young Miami and her female cousin who sexually assaulted Mr. Jones on Thanksgiving 2022. Ain't that some shit? Trafficking. Uh-oh. Me and Mr. Jones got a thing going on. Child, everybody had a thing going on. Everything is a freak, Nick. Everything is a goddamn situation. Saint City say, I'm shook it. I was shook. You can't be shook it, and I'm shook it. Y'all, please hit the like button. Give me 1 second. Let me wet my whistle, because, baby, all these proclivities and activities is making me parched. One moment. I guess I'll play my commercial while I'm getting up. One moment. Let's see. Where's my commercial at?
Man, fuck all you hoes. I keeps it very, very vitty over here. What I need you hoes for? Nothing.
Girl, I lied. It's time for the
$5 challenge. Cash App Demetri Lit all day if you're having a great time right now. $5 challenge. Cash App Demetri Lit all day. Thank you.
People don't have to like you. People don't have to love you. They don't even have to respect you. But when you look in the mirror, you better love what you see.
Man, fuck all you
Boom.
hoes.
So we back, okay? Thank you for allowing me to get up and take the little moment and see. Did I say hey, Tony Montana? I was looking so hard I had the chat closed. For the pictures. Okay, so let's get into re-rocking and rolling through these documents. Okay, so let's continue. Now we come into a very intricate part, okay? Trafficking and Victims Protection Act, okay? Throughout his time with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones was transported from California to New York, Florida, and United States to the Virgin Islands. During this time, Mr. Jones was forced to solicit sex workers and perform sex acts to the pleasure of Mr. Combs. On or about February 4th, 2023, Mr. Combs forced Lil Rod, Mr. Jones, to bring prostitutes and sex workers back to his home in Miami, Florida. I wish I could highlight stuff and keep it highlighted. Let me see something. Hold on. Let me see. I guess not, but okay, never mind. Did I download this? Okay, hold on, yeah. Oh man, how did I get? Oh, let me go like this. How did I get this thing off the side last time, y'all? Oh, boom, like that. Okay. So let's get on to, on or about February 4th, 2023, Mr. Combs forced Mr. Jones to bring prostitutes and sex workers back to his home in Miami, Florida. The sex workers that Mr. Combs forced Mr. Jones to bring back to his home. On or about February 2nd, 2023 incident, Mr. Jones believes Mr. Combs drugged him. Mr. Jones recalls waking up naked, dizzy, and confused. He was in bed with two sex workers and Mr. Combs. He also recalls aimlessly wandering around the house with no clothes on. Now, this picture here, they don't have no name on the picture. But I would guess it's safe to assume, you see, this is a woman right here. And I don't know if that's a woman or a man right there. I don't know. Anywho. Oh, child, what is this? So this is a picture. It says sex workers in Mr. Jones' bed the morning after being drugged. So is this an ass? Yeah, look right here. What is that? A behind? Child. We see that's a female. I think that's P. Diddy right there. Boy, it keeps getting better and better and better and better. More money is more problem. I'm coming out. I'm coming. Wait a minute. I'm coming out. I'm coming. No info for DEA. Agnes man, because I'm figuring my was that a song? Hey, Mix, Mighty Mato. Let's go. Okay, on another occasion in Miami, Florida. Okay, so wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. So on this incident on February 2nd, 2023, Mr. Jones believes Mr. Combs drugged him. He recalls waking up naked, dizzy, and confused. he was in bed with two sex workers and P. Diddy. He also recalls aimlessly wandering around the house with no clothes on. So you mean to tell me he woke up dazed, confused, in the bed with P. Diddy and two hoes, was walking around naked aimlessly, but he had the wherewithal to take pictures? But he had the wherewithal to take pictures that same morning, even though he was dazed, confused, naked, in the bed with P. Diddy, even though he is, let his own lawyer say, heterosexual Christian man who been turning down some head in the bathroom. He been turning down cocaine. He been forced to, oh my gosh. Okay, let's continue. Y'all go ahead and work on that in your brain. On another occasion in Miami, Florida, on Thanksgiving night of 2022, Mr. Jones asked Mr. Jones and DeForest Taylor to enter the studio bathroom. He asked them for $100 bill because he wanted to do cocaine with him. Wanted them to do cocaine with him. Mr. Jones was scared, but luckily he didn't have $100 bill. So Mr. Combs waited a little later to do the coke with Young Miami. Boy, he telling on everybody. Later that evening, he required Mr. Jones to solicit sex workers from Booby Trap on the river located at 3615 Northwest South River Drive, Miami, Florida 33142. Mr. Jones did so, and Mr. Combs forced him to engage in unsolicited sex acts with these workers. Child, not the trap, not the child. They got the pictures of the booby trap. This is very serious, y'all. I do not mean to make light of sexual assaults and things like that, but this is crazy. Booby trap on the river. As part of Mr. Jones' sex work recruitment tools, Mr. Combs provided Mr. Jones with an exclusive bad boy baseball cap and required him to wear it to the booby trap on the river as a signal to any sex worker he approached that Mr. Combs was in town and had sent Mr. Jones to recruit him. Boom. So you mean to tell me he had a particular sex worker's exclusive bad boys cap, and that they frequented and solicited sex workers so often that just the mere wearing, the mere sighting of this special limited edition cap let all the hoes up and down the Riverwalk know that P. Diddy was in town. Woo-wee. It's a whole lot of living. That's why we doing this called what? The deep dive into the official court documents of Jones versus Sean Combs, only here on Seymour Lane, the lane where we see more. It's happening everywhere else, but nobody does it like Demetri does it. Let's continue. Mr. Jones had no desire to visit Booby Trap on the river. Mr. Jones had no desire to solicit sex workers from Booby Trap on the river. Mr. Combs used his power and influence to intimidate and force Mr. Jones into soliciting sex workers from the Booby Trap on the river. As detailed below, Mr. Combs used many tactics to maintain dominion and control over Mr. Jones. Apparently, these workers was accustomed to servicing Mr. Combs and would know that he was in town by the sight of the bad boy's cap. Child, where's the picture of the cap? The following are Instagram profiles of the two sex workers that Mr. Combs required Mr. Jones to solicit and have sex with at his home in Miami, Florida. Okay? Now, you mean to tell me he was able to turn down the sex from the little pudgy chick at the Thanksgiving party at the Young Miami house, but he couldn't turn down the sex with these two hoes in sex workers in Florida. So he was selectively coerced into having unsolicited sex. So you mean to tell me he got free sex from the sex workers? Child. My. Boy. Mr. Jones had no desire to It seems like I say something, then the next paragraph cover it. Mr. Jones had no desire to solicit or have sex with the individuals in the previous paragraph. Mr. Combs used his power and influence to intimidate and force Mr. Jones into soliciting and sleeping with these women. The following is the phone number. Damn. The following is the phone number of another sex worker that Mr. Combs required Mr. Jones to solicit and perform sex acts in his home. And as y'all can see right there, it was a Dominican, and it say Booby Trap Miami. Okay. Mr. Jones had no desire to solicit or have sex with the individual in the previous paragraphs. Mr. Combs used his power and influence to intimidate and force Mr. Jones into soliciting and sleeping with the individuals above. Mr. Combs used many tactics to maintain dominion and control of Mr. Jones. He promised him a Grammy for Producer of the Year for the Love album. He offered him $250,000 to purchase all the instruments he wanted. He promised him ownership of his 20,000. Wait a minute. Wait. That's 20 million. One, two, one, is that 20 million? That's 6 zeros. He promised him ownership of his $20 million property, One Star Island in Miami, Florida. He promised access to record label executives like Defenders, Lucian Charles Grange, and Ethiopia Habitarium. Mr. Combs would often switch up his approach. He would go from promising Mr. Jones the world to threatening Mr. Jones with physical harm. Mr. Combs threatened to eat Mr. Jones' face and inform Mr. Jones that he is willing to kill his mother, Janice Combs, if he must, in order to get what he wants. So he wouldn't think twice to harm Mr. Jones. What? Do y'all hear this shit? Do y'all hear this shit? Number one, if somebody offered me $20 million property, he can go ahead and get my booty too. Okay. But I would have to have the deed to the house already signed over. If somebody was sitting there telling me they're going to give me a 20 million house just to hit the wrong hole, we could definitely negotiate. Okay. What is this about Sean P. Diddy saying that he gonna eat Mr. Jones' face? Am I to believe that P. Diddy, Sean Combs, by him threatening in 2023 to eat Mr. Jones' face, is it safe to assume that he may have eaten somebody's face before? Because that's not the type of threat you just throw out there all willy-nilly. I would think that you had to have eaten somebody's face at some point in time to so easily say, look here, keep fucking with me, I'ma eat your face. And after I eat your face, if you keep fucking with me, if I got to, I'll kill my mama. Hey, one proud grandma. If he was offering this little pudgy, funny-looking man with the cross-eyed eyes $20 million, the goddamn keys to the castle and everything, what y'all think he was offering? What y'all think he gave everybody else? I ain't trying to be funny, but if he got the offer of a 20 million goddamn house looking all cross-eyed, I know I'll be good for about 40 goddamn million. I'm good for a Rolls Royce, a Phantom, all type of stuff. Okay, let's continue. Child, you can't make this type of shit up at all. Okay. Child. Hold on. Uh-oh, I went too far. Boom. Girl, it took me out. I got confused, dazed and confused when they start talking about killing the mama and eating faces. All right, Mr. Combs and J. Combs solicits drugs and engages in illicit sex acts with minors, and sex workers. On or about July 2nd, 2023, in California, Mr. Combs had a listening party at his home. Present at this party was R&B artist, redacted. Let's look at the footnote, number 9. Okay, the R&B person, he is a Grammy Award winning R&B singer who had trouble with law enforcement after assaulting a Bayesian billionaire. We know now from footnote number 3 or something like that that the Bayesian billionaire is allegedly Rihanna. So we're gonna say now that in this footnote 9, number 99, they're talking about allegedly Chris Brown. So present at this party was R&B artist allegedly Chris Brown, Jay Combs, sex workers, and some underage girls. The event began at 7 p.m. Mr. Combs requested female sex workers and required Mr. Jones to solicit them. An hour later, several sex workers appeared. In addition to sex workers, there were at least 5 women in the crowd that were under the age of 16. Mr. Combs forced all the women to drink Lace de Leon liquor. Upon informing Thank you for the cash app. Thank you for the support. Mr. Combs forced the women to drink daily on liquor. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs laced the liquor with ecstasy. Mr. Combs did not check the identification of any of these underage girls. The presence of these underage women made Mr. Jones very uncomfortable. He attempted to leave, and Mr. Combs forced him to stay. Mr. Combs went so far as to take Mr. Jones' car keys to prevent him from leaving. After being forced to drink Lace de Leon shots, Mr. Jones began feeling lightheaded and recalls passing out and waking up at 4 a.m. the following morning naked with a sex worker sleeping next to him. Ain't that some shit? Screenshots of a video from the night is embedded below. You know, it's very convenient that this man getting forced to every goddamn thing, and every other day he waking up butt ass naked with some hookers. Okay? It's how many times, let me ask y'all, how many times do y'all think that how many times would it take for you to wake up all cloudy mounded, butt ass naked with some goddamn strangers? How many times would that situation have to happen before you get convinced that maybe you need to stop hanging around this crowd? How many times you gotta be solicited to do some drugs? How many times you gonna watch him lace everybody else drink and you drink the Kool-Aid? Living say one time. Exactly. Or did he Bill Dahmer? Demetri put a hurting on some of them names because I damn sure had no clue what Bayesian. No, I had to Google Bayesian, okay? Okay, so here go the pictures right here. Let's look at the first one. P. Diddy with an underage female. Underage female. Sex worker. It's real funny to me. It's very suspicious to all these activities. He keep claiming to have been drugged, okay, but somehow he has the wherewithal to take pictures, and not only does he have the wherewithal to take pictures, but he can months later actually point out and recognize everybody. And how in the hell did he know that they was underage women? If God doggone Sean P. Diddy Combs didn't check no IDs, then that would it be safe to say that he's assuming that they underage? So here goes Justin Combs with an underage female. That's this picture. Mr. Combs attempts to pass off Mr. Jones. Mr. Combs, this is a whole nother part. Mr. Combs attempts to pass off Mr. Jones to Cuba Gooding Jr. Number 109, Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs was grooming him to pass him off to his friends. This fear became reality when Mr. Combs introduced Mr. Jones to Cuba Gooding Jr. while they were on Mr. Combs' yacht. During the introduction, Mr. Combs suggested that Cuba get to know Mr. Jones better. He then left him alone in a makeshift studio on the yacht. And so the picture right here is Mr. Combs and Cuba Gooding Jr. moments before Mr. Jones is assaulted. So that's this picture right here. Girl, it's all red up in there, red light special in it. As evidenced by a video of which screenshots are embedded below, Cuba Gooding Jr. began touching, groping, and fondling Mr. Jones' legs, his upper inner thighs near his groin, the small of his back near his buttocks, and his shoulders. Mr. Jones was extremely uncomfortable and proceeded to lean away from Mr. Gooding Jr. He rejected his advances, and Mr. Gooding Jr. did not stop until Mr. Jones forcibly pushed him away. The following is a screenshot of the encounter with Cuba Gooding Jr. Child, you can't make this shit up. Let me make this picture bigger. Hold on. Um, I want y'all to know that right now, the face that Cuba Gooding Jr. is pictured to have right here, the expression on Cuba Gooding Jr. face absolutely looks very salacious, very horny, very humbuggish, okay? If you would have showed me this picture without the context, I would have actually been able to say, I'd be like, God damn, Cuba Gooding Jr. looks like he finna bust up them chops. Look how close they is. How come that Negro, and then you mean to tell me his little pudgy ass, they was doing all this, they wanted that BBW, huh? Well, not a BBW. They was into BBMs. You never know who gonna like what. Look at the arm. Look how close they are. Look at his arm right here. Child. Like Grandma say, he had that camera on. G-O, go. Okay? Nigga never left home. Gotta call me on a yacht 10 years from now. We'll still be a top. What? Do you be singing? You got me thinking that you singing or something. BBM? Okay, hold on. Wow, y'all, I did not read this before time, but see, that's why you got to look into stuff, because if I just went by what people gave the highlights and shit like that, we would have missed all the details. Okay, the good shit is in the details. Throughout his time with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones was under an implied work for hire agreement. He was not Wait a minute. Wait, I'm about to fall out. Hold on. I'm about to pass out. I'm about to die. Hold on. Boom. I didn't hit the goddamn flow. You mean to tell me? That now on page 20-something, number 110 of accusations, you mean to tell me we just now finding out that this man, Mr. Jones, Hot Rod, Mr. Thickums, Mr. BBM, Mr. Can't understand why he keep waking up butt ass naked? You mean to tell me after all this time, this man wasn't even getting paid no certain goddamn salary? You mean to tell me he wasn't even getting no monthly goddamn check? You mean to tell me he wasn't under no goddamn contract or nothing? His ass just sitting around going all and working in the bathrooms, goddamn taking cocaine, being laced up, having his anus touched and probed and everything. You mean to tell me he doing all that goddamn shit, supposed to produce some goddamn songs on a goddamn love album? It should have been suspicious that he hired you to come do a love album. P. Diddy ain't had no type of album and no real love since the early 2000s. You mean to tell me he was doing all this shit without no contract? Oh, don't be quiet now, Seymour Lane. I gotta be a little faster with my buttons. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me try another button. Hold on. Where is it? Baby, you can't make this shit up. Woo! Throughout his time with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones was under an implied work for hire agreement. He was not compensated for his time living with Mr. Combs or for the songs he produced. As evidence, he listed as a he was wait. As evidence, he was listed as a producer for the following songs on the Love album's final release: "Deliver Me," "Stay Part 1," "Reaching What's Love," "Stay a While," "Moments," "Need Somebody," "Homecoming," "Tough Love." Well, goddamn, when he gonna use his goddamn context clues? Each and every one of them songs was goddamn P. Diddy Combs' funny way of letting him know what was going on. He got you to deliver him that ass. He got him to stay for a long time. He got him reaching for some money he ain't gonna never get. Ain't nobody said nothing about no love. He stayed a while. He had some moments, and he needed somebody to come help him at the homecoming. And sure enough, P. Diddy gave him some tough ass love. Okay. I would have known to read between the lines of the songs that he had me producing. I heard Carisha was the cover for Santana and Diddy real relationship, so I'm not surprised, my G. Ain't none of this. Poor thing was an alleged victim, a bathroom attendant, and Mr. Benson, all for free. That was a child. Let's get through this. I'm sick of it. Mr. Combs and defendants LR, MR, UMG, that's the companies, all benefited from Mr. Jones' work product. They failed to compensate Mr. Jones for his work. As a result, Mr. Combs and defendants LR, MR, UMG were all unjustly enriched at the expense of Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones apparently was the flunky. I added that. Number 121, Mr. Jones attempted to work with Mr. Combs to secure his publishing and royalty rights for the work he completed on the Love album. Mr. Combs only offered Mr. Jones $29,000 for 13 months, thousands of hours of work, and 9 songs that made it to the Love album. Ironically, Mr. Jones was willing to take $50,000, his publishing and royalties. Mr. Combs' self-serving greed would not allow him to pay Mr. Jones an additional $21,000. Number 122. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Mr. Jones' deceptive business practices became so bad that Mr. Jones was left with no choice other than to make a public plea on social media for Mr. Combs to pay him for his work. After publicly requesting that Mr. Combs do the right thing and pay him fairly, Mr. Jones received an onslaught of threatening messages from Stevie J and Love Records and R. DeForest Taylor. Let me take a sip of my drink. Why is this text message got a background of some people looking crazy? Let me read this. So this is a text message. Let's see what this is. Okay, so this is DeForest Taylor threatening Mr. Jones. I don't know what the maybe this picture, maybe the significance of the picture is this dude right here. Maybe that's DeForest Taylor. But anywho, all right. So you playing? I'm in the studio. LOA, you 100% layer. Girl, and weary though. Girl, good luck. Number still same. Run into nigga. Come talk to me in public on a public podcasting forum. Okay, so I don't have no iPhone. I say this all the time because I can't never remember. Who got the blue? Who in the blue? Is that the person who owned the phone in the blue or the person who's sending the message in the blue? Somebody can't spell. They said layer, weary though. Lord, a non-spelling crackhead is the hitman. Exactly. Jones is in the blue. So all he said was, I'm in the studio. And that's what he said. LOL, you 100% layer and weary though. Good luck. Number still the same. run into nigga, come talk to me in public on a public podcast and forum. So, 124. According to Mr. Jones, Mr. Combs is very forceful and demanding. Mr. Combs does not take no for an answer and would often threaten to inflict bodily harm on Mr. Jones if Mr. Jones did not comply with his demands. As detailed above, Mr. Combs threatened to eat Mr. Jones' face, not be revisiting the eating of Mr. Jones' face. I'm telling y'all right now, when the if a criminal trial takes place and it is absolutely brought into evidence in the court, if even a suspicion and we find out any hint of P. Diddy having previously eaten somebody's face, I'm gonna die. 127. On another occasion, while standing in Mr. Combs' bedroom, Mr. Jones was forced to watch as Mr. Combs displayed his guns and bragged about getting away with shooting people. Mr. Combs shared that he was responsible for the shooting in a nightclub in New York City with rapper Sean. That was in 1999. They showing Gene Deal here on YouTube. They showing the article from the 1999 Sean shooting. 129. He shared that artist and Mr. Combs' girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, there goes Jennifer Lopez's name, aka J-Lo, carried the gun into the club for him and passed him the gun after he got into an altercation with another individual. Boom. Jennifer Lopez, old Jenny from the block, was out there packing pistols for Sean Petty Combs. Allegedly. The shooting in Charlotte's recording studios confirmed Mr. Combs' statements. These statements reinforced Mr. Jones' fear of Mr. Combs and strengthened Mr. Combs' dominion and control of Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones was terrified of Mr. Combs. He felt like he could not tell him no. Mr. Combs consistently made it clear that he had immense power in the music industry and with law enforcement. Mr. Combs made it clear that his head of security, Fahim Muhammad, Mr. Muhammad, had the power to make people and problems disappear. Again, Mr. Combs made it clear that his head of security, Mr. Muhammad, had the power to make people and problems disappear. Boom. There go Fahim Muhammad. Very good looking, but he is very dangerous because he has the power to make people and problems disappear. Let's continue. We finna breeze on through this. Mr. Combs instructs his staff to always contact Mr. Muhammad if they are ever pulled over by the police in Miami or California. He got pulled on both coasts, okay? Upon information and belief, Mr. Muhammad spoke with the LAPD after G was shot at the CRS. That was a recording studio. The LAPD was in CRS and witnessed the blood in the restroom. And they went with the bogus claim that the shooting of G occurred outside of the studio. This was all thanks to Mr. Muhammad's connections within law enforcement. Mr. Jones had no reason to disbelieve Mr. Combs, as he had seen firsthand through the shooting of G and the subsequent silence of the LAPD and the media that Mr. Combs indeed had the power to harm him. The LAPD spent hours in CRS, that's the studio, after the shooting of G, yet there were no arrests. Mr. Jones witnessed the LAPD in the restroom pictured above, yet no arrests were made. The morning after the shooting, Mr. Jones and several others arrived at CRS, and G's blood was still on the floor of the restroom. And Mr. Combs hired a cleaning crew to clean it up. Next portion. Defendants Ethiopia Habitarium, Lucian Charles Grange, Motown Records, Love Records, and Universal Music Group aided, abetted, and profited off of Sean Combs' RICO enterprise. Ding, 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 ding. There we go. And boom, the first mention of a RICO type of enterprise. Hey, chill out. Hey, Cass Will. Good evening. Thank y'all for joining. We are taking a deep dive into the official court document of the lawsuit by Lil Rod Jones versus the world. Okay. Mr. Jones recalls seeing defendant Grange visiting Mr. Combs' home in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California. According to Mr. Jones, whenever defendant Grange visited Mr. Combs at his homes, it would be in the evening, and he and Mr. Combs would disappear for hours in Mr. Combs' bedroom. Defendant Grange sponsored and attended several Love album listening parties at Mr. Combs' home in Los Angeles, California. These parties were sponsored by defendants MRLR and UMG. As evidence above, these parties had sex workers and underage girls present. During these parties, defendant Grange, because he's named in the lawsuit, knew or should have known that Mr. Combs was drugging the attendees through lace bottles of De Leon tequila and Ciroc vodka. And there go the brands. Okay, it is no secret that Mr. Combs had specific bottles of alcohol designated for females and other bottles designated for his staff, his artists, and himself. This fact was detailed by former artists and bodyguards of Mr. Combs. As a sponsor of these events, defendant Grange had the duty and obligation to ensure that sex workers and underage girls were not present, and that Mr. Combs was not spiking alcohol with date rape drugs. On YouTube channel, The Art of Dialogue, the former bodyguard Gene Deal exposed Mr. Combs' pill mixing method used to spike cranberry juice and orange juice. According to Mr. Deal, Mr. Combs would place ecstasy and other date rape drugs in the juices. On YouTube, The Art of Dialogue, former artist Mark Curry, that's the comedian, right, exposed Mr. Combs spiking bottles of Moet champagne in the VIP section of nightclubs. Mr. Combs would have a set of Moet champagne bottles for his artists and a set for women. Ain't that crazy? This writer has spoken with several former employees of Mr. Combs who witnessed defendant Karam instruct her staff to lace champagne, De Leon, and Ciroc liquor bottles with ecstasy and other illicit drugs. Mr. Jones recalls seeing defendant Habertamariam, that's that KK lady, visiting Mr. Combs in home in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California. According to Mr. Jones, whenever the defendant KK visited Mr. Combs at his homes, it would be in the evening, and she and Mr. Combs would disappear in hours from Mr. Combs' room. Damn, everybody went into his house for hours in the bedroom. Okay, according to Mr. Jones, defendant KK visited Mr. Combs at defendant CRS during Mr. Combs' writing camp. Defendant KK sponsored and attended several Love album listening parties at Mr. Combs' home in Los Angeles, California. These parties were sponsored by defendants MR, LR, and UMG. As evidence above, these sex parties had sex workers and underage girls present. During these parties, defendant KK knew or should have known that Mr. Combs was drugging the attendees through lace bottles of De Leon tequila and Ciroc vodka. At this point in time, these last few paragraphs in incidents by number is making the case against the co-defendants of the lawsuit, and they showing why they naming them. As a sponsor of these events, defendant KK had a duty to ensure that sex workers and underage girls was not present, and that Mr. Combs was not spiking alcohol with date rape drugs. Now here go the lady right here. Man, why they got this picture of wait a minute, wait. Boom. So this is KK, one of the executives of his company. And do not ask me why in this official legal document they gonna put a side by side with Mark Epstein and goddamn Ghislaine Maxwell. Boy. According to Mr. Jones, during the 13 months he lived and traveled with Mr. Combs, he witnessed Mr. Combs display and distribute guns from his bedroom closet in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California, to questionable individuals dressed all in black. The men in black. Let me see what y'all saying. Okay, y'all talking. I'm trying to get through this, y'all. Okay. According to Mr. Jones, during the 13 months he lived and traveled with Mr. Combs, he witnessed defendant KK openly order her assistants to keep Mr. Combs high off of gummies and pills. Defendant KK required all employees from the butler, the chef, to the housekeepers to walk around with a pouch or fanny pack filled with cocaine, GHB, ecstasy, marijuana gummies, 100 to 250 milligrams each, and Tusi, a pink drug that is a combination of ecstasy and cocaine. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? At this point in time, they are literally sitting there, everybody in the house, everybody got to have a fanny pack full of drugs just in case they pass him somewhere in the house. They can have all these drugs ready. Or was it, I would think at this moment, if I was Sean P. Diddy Combs' lawyer, I would make the case that Karam, KK, and that woman Karam, they had drugged him. Okay. 158. It was important to defend the KK to have Mr. Combs' drug of choice immediately ready when he asked for it. Defendant KK ordered sex workers and prostitutes for Mr. Combs. Defendant KK ordered and distributed ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms to Mr. Combs and his celebrity guests who were present on his rented yacht and in his homes in LA, New York City, and Miami. On multiple occasions, defendant KK forced Mr. Jones to carry Mr. Combs' drug pouch against his will. You're talking about a drug mule. As the chief of staff, defendant KK was instrumental in organizing and executing the RICO enterprise. Defendant KK had the following individuals execute the following tasks for the RICO enterprise. They setting up the enterprise. At this moment in time, we finna get the name enterprise in the RICO. Hey, Stevie J recruits. His job was to recruit sex workers and attend and participate in free golfs. Now, and at the footnote, it say we have a recording of this and it will be provided to the court. B. Justin Combs. His job and duty in the RICO's pyramid was to solicit prostitutes, underage girls, and sex workers. Would engage in the free golf. C. Brendan Paul. Works as Mr. Combs' mule. We just saw a headline today, I did, of Mr. Combs being arrested, not Mr. Combs, Brendan Paul being arrested at the airport for being the drug mule. One more. Ciao. Okay, I see poetry where you corrected me that Mark Curry they talking about is not a rapper, not a comedian. I thought that was weird, but I just kept on going. C. Brendan Paul works as Mr. Combs' mule. He acquires and distributes Mr. Combs' drugs and guns. Please wait right there one moment. Let me show y'all something. Brendan, what's his name? Brendan, what's his name? Brendan Paul. Let me put this on mute. Boom. I'm gonna need to show. I need y'all to give your attention to this. Put your eyes on this. Ex Diddy associate alleges arrested Brendan Paul was Mogul's drug mule. Young Miami was a sex worker. God damn. So here go Brendan Paul right there. Okay, this is the purported drug mule. And he was just arrested since in the time that's passed since Monday, with the raiding of his homes. Okay, so let me go back here. I just wanted to show y'all that this lawsuit is actually coming out. As we live, see, breathe, and watch stuff from this lawsuit is coming to fruition. Okay, this lawsuit was filed February 26, 2024. Frankie Santella works alongside Brendan. While Brendan acquires and distributes Mr. Combs' drugs and guns, Frankie carries the money and pays for the guns and drugs. There go Frankie. Moy Bond hires sex workers, attends and participates in the freak off. Where he at? Okay, there go Moy. Mr. Combs funded and used his affiliation with local gangs and gang leaders who would frequent his homes in LA and Miami to secure the drugs and guns he obtained and distributed out of his homes in LA and Miami. Defendants executed their RICO enterprise with threats of violence, threatening to eat plaintiff's face, displaying and distributing guns in plaintiff's presence, bragging about having law enforcement under control, bragging about murdering people, and bragging about bribing witnesses and jurors in the criminal case concerning 1999 New York City nightclub shooting with Shine. Defendants executed their RICO enterprise with threats of isolation from the music and entertainment industry, parading powerful music industry executives such as defendants Lucian Charles Grange, Ethiopia H, and his parties filled with sex workers, minors, and illegal drugs such as ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms. They're setting up the RICO charge. Defendants executed their RICO enterprise with threats of non-payment for work completed, fake promises of cash payments, $250,000, producer of the year Grammy Awards, and guaranteed access to future projects, and a $20 million home on Star Island in Miami. While living and traveling with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones discovered that Mr. Combs has hidden cameras in every room of his homes. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs has recordings of defendants Lucian Charles Grange, Ethiopia H, as well as other celebrities, music label executives, politicians, and athletes. Upon information and belief, these individuals were recorded without their knowledge and consent, and is the case with the homosexual tape of Stevie J that Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones. Mr. Combs possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties. Upon information and belief, due to this treasure trove of evidence he has in his possession, Mr. Combs believes that he is above the law and is untouchable. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs employs Jose Cruz as his IT director. This writer has spoken to several former employees of Mr. Combs who confirmed that Jose Cruz is the gatekeeper to all of Mr. Combs' recordings. Upon information and belief, Jose Cruz intentionally hides behind the camera and from social media and the internet due to all of the incriminating acts he was required to record for Mr. Combs. Ooh, Lord. Ooh. Ooh. All right, y'all. So this is where we're going to make it a cliffhanger, okay? I'm going to need y'all to keep coming back. I'm going to need y'all to come back tomorrow evening so we can finish the second half of this quite salacious legal document. I don't want to rush through it. I don't want to start getting sleepy. I don't want to lose you guys' attention. So I'm going to end it right there, dab in the middle. When we come back, we're going to start the cause of action. Okay? It looks like it's going to get real deep and a lot of legalese. Okay? So we're going to have to really put our thinking caps on. We might have to use Google. But we're going to get through this document. We're going to be the most informed audience on YouTube. Do y'all hear me? And Renee, I'm going to have to tell you what they told me at the meetings. Keep coming back. More will be revealed. Okay? Thank you, One Programmer. I am Demetri Lit all day. Sole proprietor of the Seymour Lane, the home of Lit Lane. Y'all be blessed. Don't be stressed. You can handle all the rest. I'll see y'all here tomorrow morning for affirmation. I'll see y'all here tomorrow afternoon for part 4 of the trial watch that is getting good. And guess what? I'll see y'all tomorrow evening. Same bad channel, same bad place for the second half of this legal document. Okay. The tapes are in the Silver Lady statue. Okay. T Lounge is waiting for them to goddamn bust that statue wide open. What time for part 2 is gonna be? I'm gonna try to be here for 7 p.m. I think I came on tonight at 8. I'm gonna try to come a little bit earlier so it won't be no rush. Just after my bedtime, okay? So what I'll do is I'll schedule everything for tomorrow. It'll be up tomorrow, okay? Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for enjoying this content. I know I did. We learned a lot. Good night.